leave it black.
That's right. So there's three main things we're going to focus on. One is treatment. Essentially adjustment like you felt can relieve a lot of stress, okay? If we take that pressure off your body and your body doesn't have to heal it, that's amazing. So that's first step. Second step is rehab. Really simple, just strengthen certain muscles. Nothing crazy like going to gym or anything. There's some targeted exercises to give you some relief.
Yeah, cool.
Last thing is the habit side. Now this is the hardest one because you're going through chemo, you're going through radiotherapy, okay? These things are going to affect you and you're going to feel up and down. I tell a lot of people the first month is a roller coaster. I'm reforming your body, okay? You know what I mean?
Yes.
We're getting in there and changing it. You're going to love me some days, like you have, and other days you're going to be like, why do I still feel shit? I was just so good for 2 weeks. Why is this week crap again? Okay? Expect that.
Yeah.
Okay? That first month to 6 weeks, you're going to be kind of moving around a
Yeah,
little
if you
bit.
hadn't said that, I wouldn't have.
Yep.
We just went pissed off.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what happens, okay? So you'll feel like, oh shit, why am I going backwards when I was just going forwards? Very normal. And with your...
I'm used to that in my life anyway, so.
Yep, and then you even out. So about a month time, let's say that's when most will even out. And generally when we're talking about healing of the spine, we're talking about years, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be seeing you for years, okay? I'm going to be seeing you for a couple of months at the start to get you moving, and then I'm going to see you very sparingly spaced out,
Yep.
okay? So our role at the start is to go to the intensive, okay? Once the change has begun and you're not in pain all the time, your rehab then takes over, your habits take over,
Okay.
and then we do some form of maintenance where I might be seeing you once every 3 weeks, once every month,
Okay.
whatever's needed to keep your body going until you're fully on top of health.
Sounds good.
We're going to go over here and look at some scans, and essentially this is really simple. I'm going to get you to look at some examples, and then you are actually going to grade yourself, okay?
Okay.
So the idea is here that spines have some markers that we recognize and we can categorize. So the first thing is we can break it down into different phases, okay? The phase 1, 2, and 3 are based on different types of degeneration and changes, and when we see them, that's when we slot you into one of these.
Okay.
They take a different amount of time to develop, and they take a different amount of time to manage.
Yeah.
Good. So a couple of things is that if you get your spine checked from birth, it avoids a couple of these things. And then degeneration can be asymptomatic. Do you know what that means?
I can't remember right now.
That's all right. It means that it happens without you feeling it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So for a lot of this stuff, you know, it's probably been happening for years and years.
Yeah.
Now your body can't handle everything that's happening.
Yeah.
And it's giving up, and this is the warning signs where it just can't handle that pressure anymore. Your neck should look like this. This is an ideal spine.
Do you have the
Yours.
X-ray? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I see them?
Yes, we're going to go through these
Okay,
first, and then
yeah,
afterwards we'll look at yours. So the idea is here, I'm going to teach you, and then you're going to look at yours and tell me what's going on.
Yeah, okay.
We look at three main things. Well-defined edges to the bone. That means there's no arthritis.
Yep.
Okay. We want even discs through the same area of your body.
Okay.
And the most important, this reverse curve, this is where your brainstem is entering your body. If you start to change your structure, you're going to put additional stress.
Yep.
You're going to pull on the nerve, and this leads to that compromisation. The biomechanical switch will lead to degeneration. When we look at this here, in this phase 1, what can you see?
It's off.
Just moving forward, nice and simple. This is that first bit of posture change we see.
Okay.
First is biomechanical change. With biomechanical change for a while, that leads to changes.
Okay.
Okay, what can you see in this one?
To move further forward.
Yep. What else?
Not much, to be honest. My brain's really off today.
That's right. These discs have thinned out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, on both sides. Look at it, that's about 50% of that.
Yeah, no joke.
So that's what we call disc degeneration, okay? When you're losing a significant amount of height in your disc, the
Is that
disc-
arthritis and stuff like that, or posture?
different. This is disc degeneration and this is disc degeneration, but you see how that's got that nice border?
Yep.
And this one's got the fuzziness.
Yep.
And then that bit there's got the floating bone. That's arthritis with disc degeneration. This is just disc degeneration.
Okay.
Now look, if you see how your head's moved more forward, well, where's that weight distribution? It's been going through these areas, okay?
Yeah.
So that's why these are taking their hits, because you're not weight bearing over the middle of your body anymore.
Okay.
It's up the front. So biomechanical change,
Yeah.
you did that for 15 years, now you get degeneration, okay? So that's how it builds up and changes in the
I
body.
think I'm following.
Yeah. So this is the point where you would start to feel complications because your body's actually undergone, oh, this is starting to hurt me.
Yeah.
Come on, why are you doing this? My neck and shoulders hurt. And that's where it can be asymptomatic. You didn't feel it until this point. Now, this is really bad. You're nowhere near this, you know, so we won't even worry about that too much. Mid-back's the same thing. We want to see a nice curve. What happens is it generally increases as the neck comes forward. You see those ladies with those hunchbacks.
Yeah.
That's that common kind of postural shift. In there's some degeneration as this is becoming a bit more of a V, as a wedge shape, which is really normal. And then we have what we're looking at here is pretty much the same thing, big discs. These holes are very important here. These maintain the spaces for the nerves that leave and go down your body.
Yep.
So we're going to be caring about them. We see some biomechanical change. That leads to degeneration. This is a combination of all three, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to get your scans up, and we're going to look at, oh, that's not you. Let's get that one up again. Okay, now we're going to look at your scans, okay? Tell me about your neck.
I do not sit right, obviously.
No.
Games.
What are games?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of reversed. It's
Yeah.
actually completely reversed. So there's no backwards curve. It's in fact going forward. This puts a massive amount of pressure on the brainstem here,
Yeah.
and you have some nerves that actually start in this part of your brainstem and move back into your head and feed into your face. Okay.
That would be from where the location of my screen is. I've been told off for it.
Yes.
Like not having it at the right height.
Correct. So there's stuff that we can do here. The major one is that I can give you an orthotic. Okay. You literally lie on it. Damn it, didn't even bring it in here. And what happens is it slowly over time it changes your neck. Just like you've gone up that way.
Yep.
You lie on this and you bring it back.
Okay.
Your head is pulled with gravity.
Yep.
You can't touch the ground, and that creates that opening up.
Okay.
Okay. We're probably not going to give you that straight away because most of your issues are in your low back.
Yep.
And I have one for your low back to use.
Okay, cool.
But that is there, and that is going to be something we can work on in the future. When I talk about, this thing when you're 24 months, so I rate you in that phase too.
Okay, cool.
You've got the degeneration of the disc,
Yep.
you've got a bit of fuzziness at the joints,
Yep.
so you've got a bit of arthritis, and you've got structural change. You're well and truly about 20 years in here, okay?
Yep.
When we're talking about getting your neck back to where we want it to, well, it's going to take a couple of years of using this orthotic
Yep.
to do it,
Yep.
okay? So that's where we get these time frames from. Then we look at your front on, pretty good, honestly. You got some lines through here, nothing that I wouldn't expect to not see, so this is all pretty nice. It goes along what we're seeing in the front. Exactly what we expect in here. You're actually not too bad. You can see your discs all the way through, no sign of Schumann's, and then you got this you got this exaggerated induced curve.
Yep.
Same thing though, it's bringing it forward. Yeah. And then front on, quite happy with that. As you can see there, it's pretty straight.
Pretty straight. Yeah.
And in the low back is where we start to see some of these changes take place, okay? Now, the main thing about this here is the fact that this segment, okay, has come forward just a tiny little bit, okay? Now, what this is telling to me is that this is where you probably got your point of injury. See that large bit of bone going up there?
Yeah.
Okay? If you look on this one, it is flat all the way across.
Yeah, no joke.
Okay, you can see that in there. In here, something has happened, and like I said, this might have happened at when you fell off the tree.
Yeah, my mum said the story was, yeah.
They also flew off a bike front forward too.
Flew off a bike, and this segment's come forward. You can see it's just above this one here, and this one here. Now, this is about 25%, which we call kind of like a phase 1 spondylolisthesis or an anterolisthesis, okay?
Yeah.
So that segment has moved forward. Now, the reason why we care about this bit so much is because these nerves maintain the space in which, these holes maintain the space in which your nerves leave your body.
Yeah.
So when you kind of got this bit of arthritis in there, this is moving forward, it's closing down that space.
Yep.
And then the fact that your body is so overworked at the moment, so overtaxed, okay? What's really happening is that this isn't doing its job properly and everything around is compromising. You're feeling deep hip pain,
Yep.
you're feeling pain across this area.
Yep.
It could be as simple as that nerve's feeling pressure, and that's how it puts in. The nerve is really, really deep in your hip. So when you get a pinch in here and it comes down,
Yeah.
that can cause you a lot of that deep hip pain.
Yeah.
We did a couple of tests. You felt like a little bit of that pain coming down your thigh a little bit.
Yep.
This is all indicating that this is a nerve-related injury.
Okay.
It makes sense as well, okay? With your history and everything that's happened and takes place.
Yep.
This is on the minor side of things, but in all honesty, it's probably enough with the position that you're in to cause you grief.
Okay, cool.
What we want to do, like we said before, adjust, okay? Get movement in there, okay? If your body is seized up and not moving and it's all tight, that inflammation and everything's going to be so much worse. Restoring that motion takes the pressure off the nerve and relieves the biomechanics in this area.
Excellent.
That allows rehab to take place, then you can further strengthen it up. I'm going to give you a
Love it.
roll for you go.
I said love it.
Love it. We're going to give you a roll for in here, and I want to start pushing all these forward. Even though that is forward to the others, if we can bring all these forward and just open this up a bit more, that's going to open up these spaces.
Yep, cool.
Okay. It's also just a really good thing to stretch your back out.
Yep.
Okay. Traction is really good for disc and disc health.
Yep.
And the idea of traction is you're pulling your spine and opening it up.
Yep.
Okay. So that allows your body to reabsorb your disc, and the extra length means that you're going to open up the holes for your nerves.
That's why I feel better when I just hang from the monkey bars.
Correct. We spend all our lives being compressed,
Yeah.
so when we actually traction, it feels really good.
Yeah.
Makes sense why the covers also. Like I said, I was taller when I was younger. The police pulled me up on it like 10 years ago. They're like, stop doing it. I'm like, I'm not. But like a couple of centimetres.
A couple of centimeters, you do lose it. Everyone loses a little bit. And if you don't have the strength in your body, you lose more because of posture as well.
Yeah.
So you probably lost a couple of centimeters up top when your neck started going the other way.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be too surprised here.
Very interesting.
It is. That's essentially what's going on. This is your major thing, and it's the biggest thing that we could find, and it relates to all the tests we did in your history. So we take care of this. Now, this is something that doesn't go away.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
It's permanent
Yep.
change.
Yeah.
Okay? The only reason I think you're in such a bad spot because you don't have any bad fusions. Yeah, you got some arthritis. Yeah, you've got some degeneration in there, but it's not the worst back I've ever seen in my life.
Cool.
I think once we get you out of this really bad kind of rut,
Yep.
you're going to be pretty good going forward.
Wicked.
Okay, it's just kind of getting to the point where your body can start helping you out, and you're not kind of under that bit where you're going down. You're
Yeah.
going to get going up.
And maintain that position.
And just maintain it.
Yeah, it'll all start to maintain once it's fixed.
Yeah. I reckon once you get on top of your cancer and you're starting to get through that kind of stuff, and you have more energy for your
Yeah.
body, this won't become as big as an issue.
Yeah.
All the energy in your body right now is going to healing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like you don't control it. It prioritizes whatever it wants.
Yeah.
And essentially with chiropractic, if as many of those things that we can relieve, that means the easier for your body it's going to be to heal. And that's good. I want to see you twice a week at the start,
Yep.
and that'll be for the first month.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, once you're out of that area, we usually go to about once a week.
Yep.
We won't do that until you're pretty much close to pain-free.
Cool.
Okay, so if that takes 6 weeks, that takes 6 weeks. If that takes 4 weeks, that takes 4 weeks. That's pretty much the plan there. After that, we're going to put you to that once a week. That's about for a month.
Yep.
And then we start really spacing you out. It becomes you taking care of yourself. I'm there to guide.
And
But-
just maintain and make sure everything's going the right way.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah.
Correct. Make sure we're doing the right things.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go to 2 weeks, see how you go. Make sure you do your exercises. Make sure you do that little bit extra without just throwing you out into the wild.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
That's all right. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Beautiful. Sounds good.
Sounds
It's
great.
nice to have a plan, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I've never had one. So.
Good. Well, let's get you
Except,
right, eh? Thank you, Luke. It's actually good. I get people to record me when I do the rehab as well.
Yeah.
And like just record me, I'll explain the rehab.
Like I've explained a lot of like videos because they go on YouTube and like
Yep.
already message like who is this guy?
Yeah, we've already given you a shout out. New clinic.
Beautiful. I'm actually going to show you this first. So you lie down on the floor for us. Have your feet going that way.
Stomach back.
Back, yeah. This might be a little bit painful to start with,
Yep.
which is really normal. You've got your kid recording. Come down, lie down on the flat. Perfect. This bit, this flat drop off, is going towards your feet. This, you line it up with your belly button, that ridge, and you slide it over, that's perfect. Now let your legs go flat.
Oh,
Yeah. How does that feel?
painful.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is painful and sore, this at the start.
Okay.
It's just because it's pushing everything and opening it up, and your body is doing this now, naturally going like this and separating. It sucks. It's painful, and a little bit, you're like, oh my god, this is too much.
No,
Good.
too much.
You're going to be doing this for 3 minutes to start with,
Yep.
and then you build by a minute each time.
Okay.
This is not a race. If you just need to stay at 4 minutes for a little bit, 3 minutes, that's fine.
Yep.
You're aiming for 15 minutes in the end.
It's a tolerance thing.
It is a toss.
Well,
Yeah. I do it on a roller.
Yeah. This, and it's not a race. I mean, this is going to be something that progressively changes your spine over time.
Yeah.
At the start, it's good for giving relief, but one of the main functions is going to be creating that permanent change. And like I said, we're looking at 24 months. This is not a rush to get to 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? Do whatever your body can handle now.
Yep.
That'll allow you to get some relief as well. And then once you start building up to 10 to 15 minutes, it will also create more permanent change over time.
Excellent.
Beautiful. Now, when you lift it up and push it towards your feet just a touch, lift up, squeeze your legs, yeah.
Clutch.
Keep moving it. Go down now. Is that worse or better? Same?
I can't even feel it really.
It's across your hips now, isn't it? It's 2 bumps in your back, your pelvis.
I'm honestly not sure.
That's alright. This is what I'm trying to
Yeah.
coach you through. If you go down too low, you start to hit your hip bones.
Okay.
And then your hips just take too much of the weight and you
Yeah.
don't feel a thing. What you need to do is make sure it's just above that on your spine.
I should pull it back.
Pull it back towards you. Good. And you should feel that immediate pressure.
Yeah.
Good. That's where you want it to be. Okay, now you know if you go too low.
Okay.
Excellent. Lift your body up, slide it out.
Has it been 3 minutes?
That's okay. I don't
He's just teaching you today.
Oh,
Yeah. I was probably going to get you to go home and use it afterwards. That's
Okay,
okay.
yeah.
You want to lie here now for just a few minutes afterwards. Not as important when you first start, but when you do it for 10 to 15 minutes,
Yeah.
having this habit in place is really good.
okay, cool.
Now, do you have a glass coffee table at home?
No.
That's alright. I got one, but you can set up something similar. I just lay underneath it with the glass coffee table with my phone on top.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just watch like a YouTube video while I do something like this. Something to
We
distract
need a
me.
coffee table.
You've got your holder thing.
We need a coffee table.
Yeah, in a lounge room. We'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out. But you got whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really good. One of your camera holders.
Yeah, the camera, like the phone holder
Phone
thing.
holder thing would
You can just
work.
clip it onto something.
You'd figure it out. Jump it up for us. Oh, well, yeah, however's easiest. Rolling and getting up that way is actually preferred, so well done.
Yeah, I had to.
He can't get up any other way unless I help him.
Good. That's the actual way we're taught.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. Beautiful. That's all done. I'm going to do some treatment, mate.
Feel better already. That was handy.
It's a nice little roll, isn't it?
Yeah.
Grip up.
100%.
Let's get you face down. You can see that ridge.
Really swollen and full inflammation.
It's also been pushed out naturally. Like
Yeah.
Actually, it feels less heat than last time, which is really good. It's come down a bit.
That's good.
Quite tight though, which is expected.
I did a lot today.
Yeah, he did do a lot of physical work today. He doesn't know how to stop himself from overworking.
Can be a good trait. It's just when you're at these points in your life that it becomes a problem, doesn't it?
It is, yeah.
Told them my whole life, so a couple more days to make her birthday perfect, doesn't matter.
Oh, babe.
Little sweetheart.
He's such a sweetheart.
So do you remember what I said about inflammation last week?
Yeah.
Do you want to repeat that back to me?
I tried to, but I can't remember that.
That's alright. That's actually general psychology. You need to be told something about 6 times to get
To
it.
read, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I say people, like, I'm terrible with people's names.
Yes.
So, like, when you meet someone, you should like, repeat their name a couple of times in your head
And they
whilst
come up
looking
to
at
you.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, makes it a bit easier. So inflammation is how your nerves, disc and spine will receive most of its nutrients,
Yeah.
as they don't have that direct blood supply, unlike a muscle, for example. So what happens is inflammation surrounds these spots of injury to give all the nutrients you need, but too much of it and not moving causes pain.
Yeah.
So what we want to do for you is really simple. Get some walks happening.
Yeah. I used to walk all the time. Like,
Since his cancer, he's been very depleted with energy and gets very out of breath quickly.
That makes sense.
Um,
Let's just go to this basic. You probably like to play your games and stuff. Now, I'm
no,
not,
I haven't
he's
been
not been
thinking
able
at
to now. He can't concentrate
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
are you sedentary most of the time? I know you'd like to say you get up.
all. I'll just up and Pokemon more.
Yeah.
That's it.
Good.
Helps.
He's not actually been sitting down a lot since the cancer. He keeps pushing himself.
Okay.
Also, because he's getting a lot of the leg weakness, so he knows he needs to move around with that.
It's not so much pushing yourself. It's more like not letting it seize.
It's more of a mental thing
Yeah.
for him
Yeah, 100%.
to keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, for the start, I just want to do it really simple. No bending from the back, because when you're bending like this, if you look at me, Luke, if you bend from the waist,
Oh yeah, that's always been the problem. I've always been pulling back. That's
where's that pressure on?
your back.
Right on that area where we don't have to be,
Yeah.
it's acting as a hinge.
Knees, my knees more.
Or even just using objects around you.
Yeah.
First thing is try to stop bending from your back. Bend at the knees or get a claw grabber. Second thing is we want to just you up and around moving.
Yeah.
Okay? Not crazy amounts, but every hour you should try to get up for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Keep going with the heat packs and the roll. And this is all we're going to do. Really basic stuff.
Yep.
Decompress.
Yep.
De-inflame. Good. Whenever you want in here, breathe in. And out.
Oh.
Well done, mate. Breathe in. And out. Drop your shoulders. That's it. Well done. On your side facing me.
Can you 2 seconds?
No problem whatsoever. Yeah, there's no rush.
Oh, that one probably. That one hurt. Really hurt.
Yeah. These
Some of them will.
thoracics are some of the most painful. And when you first start getting adjusted, it kind of sucks.
No.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm absolutely petrified.
You'll be alright. Yours is neck and shoulders, isn't it?
Mine's my whole back.
Okay, then yours will probably be tended through.
At the moment, it's like it's here. Like it's just constant pain. Because of my back injury, though, I feel like I'm severed sometimes.
Mm. Awesome.
I mean, it's painful shit. This is fucking painful.
Painful but relieving.
Well,
I always tell people it's a bit like gym.
it's helpful, so it's way better pain.
Yeah. At the start as well, the best way to understand it is actually you've got really tight muscles, And you know that common thing, you got to tear a muscle to make it stronger.
Yeah.
When I'm forcing these muscles to stretch, there's a small bit of tearing.
Yeah.
That's generally the pain you're feeling.
Yeah.
The crack isn't bone on bone or anything like that.
That's just a popping.
It's a
Air
nitrogen
popping.
bubble being popped.
Yep.
Correct. So most of this kind of stiffness and everything is actually going from your body protecting these injury sites.
Yeah.
Then your body move in. Now you look up towards the sky. That gives me a bit more tension. It's already cracking. Let's get you moving. Good. It's a nice adjustment. That one. Good. On your back, face up, Luke.
This is awesome.
This bit is awesome. Now, I'm going to give you a little one in here today. You've reacted really well to these adjustments. Have a really good look at your x-rays. There's nothing really going in your neck counter indicating this.
Yeah.
Movement
He's
of
just
this-
got a tumour on either side.
Yes, but I'm going to go down low.
Yeah.
So this is me going
Trust you.
tumour up here.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Sit up for us.
Jesus, listen to the cracks.
So that's just us. Realistically, we're just adjusting near this junction.
Yep.
Just to give him a bit of relief.
Yeah.
Okay? Just start really basic up there. How do you feel after that?
Like, I don't know.
That's alright. No dizziness, no lightheadedness. Good. Good. How's your low back?
Everything feels better.
Good. That's how we want it to be.
Like, literally, yeah.